Good to see you, Matthew Hasselbeck on Colts Cam. How are you, Matthew?
Hey, that was like such a big build-up for nothing.
What can I do?
What happened there?
What can I do, man? It is what it is, as they say in the National Football League. So, Matthew, what was it like being part of the paparazzi, calling a game on your bye week, as you did with Chris Myers and Rondé Barber?
I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I prepared during the week just like I was getting ready to play either the Cardinals or the Rams. It was actually kind of fun to study the offenses and also study special teams. And, it just felt weird pregame. I was there, kind of get that sense like it's time for a game, kind of got to get your mind right. But really, I just got to see a lot of old friends, coaches, players, and kind of just enjoy the game more than anything.
Yeah, obviously, and of the people that you got to see, Bruce Arians, who obviously he's a guy that is in the mix for Coach of the Year right now, and then there's other people that you got to see from back in the day. How good do you think the Arizona Cardinals are, having seen them in person now, Matthew?
I'm really impressed with the Arizona Cardinals, and it's kind of a good time to be a Cardinals fan. They've got just some stabilization and some just really quality out of their GM, Steve Keim. Just like he's really put together a nice defense. He's got some good young receivers on offense. Bruce Arians doing an amazing job as the offensive play caller, and Todd Bowles is a guy that's got that defense playing at a high level. And their defensive backs, I think, are a strength of their team. They haven't actually played their best football to date. So you have those things, and then you had the stability and the performance that you were getting out of Carson Palmer and locking him up, not something that the Cardinals have typically done in the past. I think they're kind of, doing a better job now, in 2014, doing a better job of kind of seeing down the line so they don't have salary cap problems. So all of that, being said, it just looks really good for the Arizona Cardinals. Having Carson's injury is obviously a huge blow, but Drew Stanton stepped up once again for that team, and he's a guy that they do believe in.
Well, Carson had this to say the day after we learned that it was a blown-out knee and he's done for the year. I want you to give a listen to this. Was Carson Palmer.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried like a baby last night, and I'm not an emotional guy. I don't cry. The last time I cried like that was when I lost my friend and teammate Chris Henry back in '09. So it's obviously not ideal and not something anybody wants to go through, especially with all the positive and the good going on. But I fully expect the good and the wins to continue to come, because we got a great group of guys in that locker room.
What are your thoughts when you hear that, Matthew?
Easy to see why everyone in that organization loves him. I actually saw Carson after the game getting into his car with the big knee brace, and you could just see the look on his face. He knew it was a serious injury, and it had to hurt just because he knew how special this season was going to be. I saw his wife, Shay. He's got 3 kids in the back seat, 3 car seats across. This is a real person. This is a real guy that's put so much into this, and to have this injury on such a kind of a fluke play is got to be difficult for him. But you see him there just one day after addressing the media, kind of continuing to lead his team even in an injured reserve kind of role there. How he handles this adversity, how he handles this challenge will matter to that team and to his teammates going forward.
Interesting letting us in on the brotherhood of a quarterback. What did you say to Carson when you saw him after the game?
There's really no words, and there's nothing you can say. I think I just patted him on the shoulder and said, hey, you've had a heck of a year so far, and hang in there. But, that's one of those things where when you do get hurt, your teammates, your coaches, the people that are closest to you, you expect them to rally around you. And I do know, just having been on teams where guys that we were counting on, how they've, in particular here in Indianapolis, Robert Mathis tore his Achilles this year. We were inspired by his attitude and how he's attacked his injury. Last year with Reggie Wayne, same thing. The players on the team currently still active, still in a role where you could be on the field, are inspired by your teammates. You see them, you say, wow, this guy would give anything to be out there with us. And, there's an adrenaline rush and a motivation that comes from going out and having the chance to play on Sundays, knowing that your brothers that you've, been battling with, would give anything to, and they can't. They can't be with you.
Matthew Hasselbeck joining me here on Colts Cam on the Rich Eisen Show. Now that you're back at work in your day job, and also, I guess, your Sunday night job this week, taking on the New England Patriots, what What do you tell Andrew Luck from your position, or not, I guess, about taking on Tom Brady in a game where it appears this might be a point-for-point battle between the two offenses on Sunday night, Matthew?
Well, this has been a huge rivalry for a long time. The Indianapolis Colts, the New England Patriots. The people haven't really changed on their side of the ball. The players have changed here. Obviously, Andrew Luck's the quarterback now. And we had kind of an epic battle against them last year in the playoffs. We did not play our best football, and they played a great game. And that's how our season ended. We played them in the playoffs, and that's how it ended. So we had all offseason to think about it. What could we have done differently? Andrew's a guy that he'll be ready to play. He's a great player. Obviously, we have a ton of respect for Tom Brady and the Patriots. And our coaching staff, we had the bye, they had the bye. So this is kind of one of those games where both teams had 2 weeks to prepare for it. And hopefully, I think everyone hopes it'll be a great game.
Does it mean something special or extra special to Vinatieri, do you think?
I don't know. It could be. Ironically, he's been here with the Colts longer than he was there with the Patriots.
No way.
For me, growing up in Boston,
is that right? Is that right?
When I think New England Patriots, when I think Patriots, I think Brady, I think Vinatieri, I think Vrabel. There's certain guys I think about.
Sure.
And it's just because of the big kicks that he had, and just such a clutch player for them and for us. But it's hard not to think of that game in the snow when he kicked that long field goal against the Raiders that put them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and did you see the Monday night game with Sanchez? Brockman, what's the number? How many backups have played? Significant.
47 quarterbacks have played this year. Ryan Mallett will make 48.
48
started games.
What did you think of Sanchez in that system Monday night, Matthew?
Well, I'll just say, from running scout team all season, all the different opponents that we've played, week 2 against the Philadelphia Eagles was probably the most fun I had running scout team offense. The defensive coaches hold up the card and like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And you have to actually stay in the huddle a little longer, which is opposite of what they want to do. They want to push the tempo. You have to stay in there and be like, all right, what on earth are they trying to accomplish on this play? But very fun to watch. I'm happy for Mark. He's gotten a second chance and taking advantage of it. And, it's good to see.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew, good job. Good job on Sunday. Good job, right up until the point where you called Rondé Tiki. Then things got a little awkward, and it went a little bit south. But you recovered. You recovered.
Hey, it did. Well, when I got there, I thought he was Sean Alexander. I was really thrown off. It was like, okay.
Man! But didn't he respond by
three of them?
Didn't he respond by calling you Tim though? Did he throw Tim back at you, Matt?
Rich, maybe you get this. The whole weekend, I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
People were like, "Hey, Tim, how you doing?" Bruce Arians called me Tim. Then, on my way out, everyone's like, "Hey, Trent." They thought I was Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
I mean, it just never ends. It never ends. All bald white guys look the same.
I get that all the time, Matthew. Yeah, I get that all the time, buddy.
You probably get like the Matt Holliday. That's what I'm thinking you get. Is that happened to you?
Have you gotten Matt Holliday?
I've never gotten Matt Holliday.
But you have gotten Hasselbeck.
Oh,
though,
I got Hasselbeck all growing up and in college.
Growing up, what does that make you feel, Matt? He said growing up.
Well, where'd you grow up? Maine? You grew up in Maine?
Yeah, I grew up in Maine.
Yeah. I'm big in Maine. Huge. The slopes of Sugarloaf.
Oh, Sugarloaf's on
Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
Absolutely. You're a handsome man, Matthew.
We all look alike is basically what he just said right there. There you are. We got a photo of you in the booth. There you are with, that is Rondé, right? Hey, one last question. Did you get randomly drug tested this week, Matthew? Did that happen? Did we catch that on one of your tweets?
Yesterday. Listen, so this is my 17th year in the NFL, and I've set an all-time high from like a PR for the amount of times I've been drug tested. So either I've been really lucky earlier in my career, or I should just be playing the lottery more often right now, because my number seems to get drawn quite a bit right now.
Oh, maybe that might have been if somebody listened and heard you call Rondé Tiki, they thought that might have been needing for you to be tested. You know what I mean?
Those are different. I think you're thinking of different drugs.
Okay.
Rich. Those are different drugs.
All right, now here's
Those
the
are
call.
like the Law Brockman type drugs.
I like. Here it is.
Bruce Stanton deep for Brown. John Brown has a Cardinal touchdown.
Play action once again after two naked bootlegs, and then the double move. The corner post to John Brown. An amazing throw, even better catch. And he might have even outdone it with the celebration. These are the kinds of plays this guy's been making all year.
A third-round draft pick from Pittsburgh State.
Well done, Matthew. Well done. And just again, what you did was you commented, you made it seem like he's been doing it all year, so which he has. It gave everybody an idea that you're practiced, you know what you're talking about, and for Chris Myers' purposes, you let him have center stage, which you have to do. So well done.
You know what I did, honestly, Rich? I tried to let the crowd there in Arizona have center stage. That crowd really got into it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's better when the commentators don't say a thing. You just let the crowd, you let the atmosphere happen. It was a great atmosphere. It was fun to watch. I'm kind of excited the Super Bowl's there this year. It's a great venue.
All right, Matthew, thanks for joining us on Colts Camp. Appreciate it. Good luck Sunday.
Always fun.
All right, you bet. That's Matthew Hasselbeck of the Paparazzi when he's on his bye week.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.